Hey everyone, Final here. So here's the deal. I've come to a decision, and I've been thinking about this for quite some time. I'm just gonna cut right to the chase, and then I'll get into why afterwards. I'm not gonna be doing the Final Fantasy XIV cutscene compilation videos anymore. There's a couple reasons for this. One of the reasons being just burnout. I've been doing this for 10 years, just about, and I thought that in the beginning it would be a good way to kind of just get eyeballs on my channel to where I could, siphon that viewer base and bring them over to my other content like Let's Plays and reviews and whatever else I have on the channel or had. I've experimented with a lot of different content over the years. I used to have a weekly, a vlog, I guess, where I would just talk about what was going on in my life and video games and stuff I was looking forward to, and that it was called Fridays with Final. I don't know if anybody here remembers that. Probably not. uh, I did it for maybe like 9 months to a year, and then I stopped, and I just kind of deleted all those because nobody was really watching them. um, I don't really know about IRL stuff because I'm not a big fan of doxing yourself. I think that's kind of ridiculous and whatever, but maybe, I don't know. But as far as video game stuff is concerned, I've tried a bunch of different stuff over the years. Let's plays, reviews, theory crafting, and all of that stuff is still fun to do. I just don't have as much free time as I used to, and the time that I do have, I just find it a slog to do the Final Fantasy XIV cutscene videos. At the end of the day, it's not a difficult thing to do, but it takes up a lot of my time, and there's not a lot of payoff as far as growing this channel, right? Because if I've been doing it, they say that insanity is doing the same thing again and again, expecting different results. I've been doing these cutscene videos for 10 years for Final Fantasy XIV. I still enjoy the game. I'm still going to play the game. I'm just not going to be doing the cutscene videos anymore. I'm done, right? There's other channels out there that have been doing it too. By all means, from Dawntrail on, you can go and watch them now. I'm sorry, I know that's gonna disappoint a lot of people. Maybe a lot of people were waiting around hoping soon for me to upload those cutscenes. And believe it or not, I did start. I did about 4 hours worth of video capture recording the main scenario. And then it kind of just dawned on me. I said, "Why are you doing this, man? Why are you doing this?" Um, and then I asked myself, why was I not wanting to do it? Well, truth be told, I kind of stopped wanting to do the cutscenes right after Endwalker, right? So after I did the major compilation, the two parts of Endwalker, I don't even remember how many hours that those two videos ended up being, but it was a lot. It was a lot of work. It was a lot of time, and I did it as quick as I could. I don't want to live under the constraints of having to make an 11-hour video, even if it's every 2 years, every 2.5, whatever. I just, it's not fun for me anymore, right? And part of the creative process is enjoying what you do. I'm not enjoying. There's not a lot of creative anything going on, just recording gameplay without adding some commentary or some sort of fresh perspective or idea to it. It's not transformative. It's just me recording a video game, and that's fine. Like, people do that, right? There's lots of playthroughs with no commentary. Some people prefer that type of media. That's not fun for me anymore, so I don't want to do it. Again, I do apologize. I know that a lot of you probably only subscribe for these cutscenes, and that is a big bummer. I'm not going to stop doing content completely on this channel. I'm just going to go back to what I wanted it to be in the first place. Let me give you a brief history real quick if you just hear me out. So I started this channel in September of 2014? No, November. Nope. November 2014, I think. And my whole idea behind it, because this is like the second YouTube channel that I've had. I had one before, and I don't even remember what I called it, but I had it for about a year. I was uploading a bunch of like Halo 4 clips back when Halo 4 came out in 2012 there, and it didn't really go anywhere. But that's what I wanted to do back then, and kind of just like, yeah, this ain't for me. So I deleted it, kind of gave up. Came back to it a couple years later, and I started off with a Kingdom Hearts Final Mix playthrough, so Kingdom Hearts 1, and that was back when 1.5 HD Remix came out on the PlayStation 3. That didn't really go so well. I did a 10-part playthrough. Then I was playing games that I liked, that I wanted to play. I did a Morrowind playthrough. I did a Sonic Adventure 1 playthrough. And none of those really went anywhere. I did all that stuff back in my early 20s. Just for reference, I'm going on 32 now here in a few days. I'll be 32. And I miss that feeling of just being able to play games on the channel that I want to play. And you know what? I think I've come to the realization that the growth, it's nice, but it doesn't change anything. Like, I want to get back to this as like a passion project, a hobby, something to pass time, something I can feel creative in. And I just don't feel that way about those cutscenes. And maybe I never really did. I never really felt that they were a good creative outlet, but I thought it was a good way to grow the channel, you know. Just keep doing these videos. I mean, they get views, they get likes, they get comments, like people are thanking you for what you do, and that's cool. That's a great feeling. But even that type of content has gone downhill. Like I said, you're getting a lot of other channels that are doing very similar things to what I've been doing for years, and I don't own that type of content. Anybody can do it. Anybody can record the gameplay and upload it, right? Like, that's fine. What it really boils down to is it was a means to an end to grow, so that way I could eventually quit doing those and go, you know, into more of a full-time real gaming, vlogging, and becoming a personality, so, you know, somebody that people would enjoy watching. Maybe I'm that for a few of you, and maybe I'm not, and you know, everybody has their preference. That's fine. But I guess those are my biggest reasons. A smaller reason that kind of got me really thinking about making this video and just finally getting it out there and just being honest, being genuine. You know, they say be your genuine self. I'm being my genuine self by saying that I don't want to do the cutscene videos for 14 anymore. They have not been fun in a long time. And the growth that I received off of them, while I made it a lot further than some YouTube channels ever will, it wasn't good enough. It was not a good enough means of really becoming a creator at all. It was a means of avoiding becoming a creator, right? It's like, okay, well, technically you're creating by uploading, but you're not, because you didn't add anything to it. The only part of me that was in those cutscenes were the edits and my character, my avatar in the game, right? That's it. Nothing else about who I am as a creator was in those videos. And I'm not gonna remove them. The ones that I have done will stay on the channel. They're not going anywhere, right? And there's probably still going to be people for years to come leaving messages saying, hey, we're the Dawntrail. Why did you stop? What's going on? Like, and there'll be this video that I guess nobody will probably see. And, you know, I hope that some of you can understand where I'm coming from with this. I hope that it makes some sense. But yeah, one other thing I wanted to talk about too. One of the smaller reasons that I wanted to get away from these cutscenes was Dawntrail itself, right? So I was excited for Dawntrail. I played through it. I took my time. It took me, I don't know, maybe 2.5 weeks, because I do have a full-time job, right? Thankfully. If I was relying on this, I wouldn't even have a roof over my head. YouTube, I mean. But yeah, so Dawntrail. I took my time. I tried to enjoy it. Took 2.5 weeks or so to get through. And this is the first expansion ever. This is the first time in my entire life of playing Final Fantasy XIV 2.0 and on, so A Realm Reborn and forward. I started playing in, I want to say, September of 2013? October? October? I've been playing since late 2013. Anyway, so it's been over 10 years I've been playing this game. I've always been very excited to play it. I've always looked forward to the new story arcs, like what's going to happen, what cool new gear is going to come out. Glam is the true end game, as everybody knows. What kind of cool gear can I get for glams, and what are the story beats going to look like? How cool are the dungeons going to be? How cool are the mechanics going to be? The locations, the music, right? Square Enix loves their music, and I love Final Fantasy music. It's so good. These are all things that I was excited about, and I was excited about these things for Dawntrail as well. So this is just my opinion, right? If I have to rate Dawntrail from a 1 to 10 perspective, all around, all encompassing story, characters, locations, music, battle, right? Jobs, new jobs added, all of that stuff, all encompassing. If I had to give it a 1 to 10 rating, I'm gonna give it like a 6, maybe a 6.5. So here's the thing. Was it bad? No. Was it horrible? No. Was it bad? Not exactly. Was it good? Ish? Was it great? No. Was it legendary? Not even close. And look, here's the thing, right? They're trying to start a new arc completely detached from Hydaelyn, Zodiark, everything that's happened from 1.0 till now, all the way up until Dawntrail, was one big, massive, overarching story. They don't have that anymore. They can borrow some elements from that, but they're trying to build a new arc from the ground up, and that's not easy, right? I give them props for their successes. Not everything about the expansion was bad, right? There were just some things that I just didn't care for. For instance, it had pacing issues, right? It was a bit formulaic in the pacing. It's like, okay, go out, get a keystone or two, come back to the major city, talk to a couple people, do some crap, go back out to the next zone, get a keystone or two, come back to the city, go out, get a keystone or two, come back to the city. Like, it was very formulaic. That's what it kind of felt like. As far as the story itself, what a weird story, right? What a strange story. When you're standing in the Wild West and then you see a big bubble appear and a bunch of people on hover bikes come out and start like shooting laser beams, like, what? I don't know. Here's the thing. Alligans exist, sure. It just felt really weird. It didn't feel cohesive, sort of. The themes didn't mix well for me. Maybe other people feel the same way. Maybe people think I'm absolutely wrong. Yeah, I give it like a 6. I don't know. I just didn't like it very much. And as I was recording the cutscenes for it, I started to realize more and more, as I was thinking about it, I said, I don't even really want to put these cutscenes on the channel. They're not very... I didn't think they were great. The story up to this point has been great. And I've been playing less 14 lately than I have in years. I log in and I feel like there's nothing I really want to do. Like, a lot of people like the raids. That's cool. Maybe that keeps the game alive for some people. I don't really do the raids. I don't have a lot of people that play this game anymore, right? I had friends over the years that played it with me. None of them play anymore. Virtually none. Like maybe one guy, and he shows up for like maybe a week at a time every couple months, because we're, you know, we have lives now. We're not teenagers. We're not early 20s, kind of still having all this free time to do whatever we want, right? Like we have responsibilities, obligations, and I get that. So, but yeah, it just wasn't fun for me anymore, and I think it's time to say goodbye to it. So that's what I'm gonna do. Again, I think this is the third or fourth time I've said it, but I apologize. But I have to do what I think is correct for me, and what I think is correct is not doing these anymore. Obviously, the intentions were to grow the channel and kind of switch people over to my other content, but that never happened. It never happened. Every viewer that I have just about came for these cutscenes. They're only here for these cutscenes. Maybe they don't even know that I ever did anything else, or maybe my other content is just not their cup of tea. That's fine. But it had an unintended side effect, like I said, of people really liking the cutscene compilations, because it was a convenient way for people to catch up on story. If people didn't have money to subscribe because they're going through hard times, it was a way for them to be able to keep up with the story, so that one day, when they're in a better place financially, they could come back to the game and kind of be caught up with where everything is story-wise. And that was cool, but I just don't want to do it anymore, you know? So, oh man, I blathered on for almost 20 minutes. Rough. Okay, well, anyway, I think that's about everything I have to say for now. I did complete my Rebirth playthrough, so that is a notch on the wall, I guess. I feel pretty good about that. It was fun. I'm very much looking forward to Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 3, whatever it turns out being called. And I hope you're going to be there with me for that, as well as any other games that come out that might intrigue me enough to play them on the channel. You're going to see more variety from now on. And who knows? Maybe my current subscriber base will start to tank. But maybe it's time for a regrowth phase, right? It's time to reformulate, to regrow from the ground up. Because what we've been doing here on the channel and the goal that I had in mind, it just has not panned out, right? And also, probably more important than numbers is the creative aspect. I haven't really grown much as a creator because I haven't really been creating. These cutscene videos, there's not, you know, there's no creation element to them per se. Anyway, that's about it. I got nothing else to say. A lot of you probably aren't going to like this video. It might get disliked into oblivion. Maybe I see my subscriber numbers drop to nothing overnight. Who knows what's going to happen? But the thing is, it'll be fine one way or the other, because at least I'll be happy again pursuing and making the type of content that I want to make that's fun for me. Anyway, thank you for watching to the end of this video if you did. I very much appreciate you as a viewer. If you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe if you're curious about what's to come. Hit the notification bell so you can stay up to date on all the latest uploads. And I'll see you in the next one, whatever it is. Peace.